I don't care who debates it, whether you hate the tool or you think there's a better way. There's a better way to do it, because if I find a better way, I will do it too.
Right.
And I did find better ways multiple times. Since I've been doing it the way I do now, I haven't found that better way. Now, granted, I don't spend the amount of time with the e-collar when I'm training a dog that I have someone else do. Like if you read the book and you're over in England and you've never trained a dog, I'm going to have you go super slow and take your time, right? But what people don't understand, it's not the dog that I'm focusing on. Dog's going to be fine,
Yeah.
but the human needs a lot more work.
100%.
A lot more work. And you can't rush that. That was the whole purpose. Listen, when I wrote that book, there's so many errors because I was speed writing when I had a minute here, a minute there. It was basically a manual for my clients. That's all. It was something basic.
Probably still is.
Yeah, when I put it out there, I never expected people to buy it. And when I saw the Amazon sales day one, I was like, there's no way this is correct. You know, and 6 years going on 7 years later, it still sells a lot of copies. But here's the thing. I've literally had tens of thousands of emails, not hundreds, not thousands, tens of thousands of emails from people that have never had a well-behaved dog, never had a trained dog, and never trained a dog. And have told me, like, this changed their lives. They can take their dog out in public and allow it to run, and they never have to worry, right? And so I see my own clients who maybe have 3 or 4 young kids, and now their last dog got hit by a car, right? No training. Now this dog, they take hiking with no leash. That's life-changing for the human, for the dog. So I've never had a lot of backlash, Tom, from the force-free community, because I've never given them reason to, right? And so if you're a force-free trainer and you want to use, I'm totally cool with that. I have no issue with those people. Not at all. There's a lot of very talented people on that side of training. People on that side of training that I have an issue with, that are just like psychopath radicals that have no idea what they're talking about and they lie. And that's detrimental to everybody. Those people don't care about dogs. They care about an ideology.
Right.
That's it.
Care about being right.
Show me one dog that I've ever trained that looks shut down. This was the best line ever, and I swear to God as my witness, I've talked about this before. There was a lady who took a bunch of my videos in a force-free group and submitted them to her group. And said, guys, I don't know about this, but this guy's using e-collars, and these dogs look happy. Like, she was questioning what people were telling her, like, these dogs don't look sad. They're having a good time. And I swear to you, this is the greatest line in the history of dog training. Someone, you aren't going to change their mind, said, he abused those dogs. I have to share that with everyone when I got that, because that's the greatest line ever. And that's how nutty people are, you know? And so I don't get caught up in that stuff anymore, you know what I mean? Listen, there's dogs. I have a dog right now that I just sent home, a poodle, that has a lot of psychological issues and neurotic. When I put the collar on that dog completely changed for the worse. That's never been used, and I know for a fact the owner never used the collar, right? But just couldn't function. That has nothing to do with the e-collar. It wasn't used. It was just any new environment, any new situation, any new thing the dog has an issue with. Am I going to focus on the e-collar? No. I'm going to focus on making that dog as strong as I can mentally, which hasn't been easy, right? But we will get there. It's just going to be slower than most, right? It's going to be slower than most. So there's many different aspects and angles to this that people don't get to see behind the scenes. That's why I tried to show that stuff, and I did talk about that dog publicly, right? I took 2 very weak dogs in at the same time. The one I thought I was going to have a good time training, and one I thought I was going to hate training. It was flip-flop. Both dogs made a liar out of me.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the business, you know?
Is that you had a Doberman that you worked with recently, right?
Yeah, I dreaded that dog because that dog would pee anytime you went near it. I mean, just empty the bladder, and I'm like, this is going to be very scared of everything, you know? And within a couple of days, I couldn't wait to wake up and work with this dog.
That's great.
It's like she was I'd play a game where I'd sit down on this crate top, and I'd be like, where's Remy? And she's sitting right in front of me. She'd be like, looking like, right here. I'm like, man, I don't see my girl, you know? And she's like, oh, she's hitting me. I'm like, And she'd go. I'm like, hey, Steph, you see Remy? And eventually she'd get behind me and she'd sit on top of my head and look down at my face. And I would just laugh, you know. But I loved her. But the other dogs are really sweet dogs too. She's just different.
Yeah.
I don't like her any less. It's tougher to work with and more frustrating. But I have to change what I'm doing with her. And I'm going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. I'm going to have to find something that makes that dog tick. You know, I can't say, oh, this method, this technique doesn't work that way. How can I get up inside her head? When I took both dogs home this weekend with the poodle, you know, I don't do go-home lessons if I have access to people locally. Because for me, the dogs are in a mindset, just enjoy your dog. I'll see you in a few days when the dog settles in.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw a tremendous change when I started doing that, but I still spent a couple of hours with each owner, sitting down, bullshitting, talking, watching the dog in their environment, talking about different things, doing a little something here and there when it needed to be issued. But as far as training, like, I do nothing. If you're from out of state, far away, then you need to spend a few days with me, because this is going to take a while, right? If I want this to last forever, I have to educate you. But if I have access to you, if you're within 2 hours of me, take the dog home. We're not training now, right?
Come back.
Because first of all, who doesn't dread a go-home lesson?
Right.
And one of the most valuable things I've learned over the years is owners don't learn nothing in an hour. They learn nothing in 2 hours. This dog training stuff is not easy for people. As a matter of fact, it goes against all human habits.
Right.
Everything that the dog understands goes against the human habit. So I take things incredibly slow, and I give out just a little bit that I need the owners to do, because when they understand just a little bit, then we can build on that. But when you get someone that, say, was on vacation, they did the board and train when they're on vacation, they just landed last night or this morning, they're coming to get their dog. Their dog hasn't seen them in a month. The dog's excited to see them. The kids are excited to see the dog. I'm going to say, okay, don't let the dog do that. Put him in a place. Let's start working on him. No. No one is in a mind frame to train. Hey, go have fun. Enjoy your, well, what should we do? Enjoy her. Enjoy your dog.